Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wack and Trash Recap, the movie recap podcast. I'm your host, Steven Mitchell.
And I'm her host, Zach Olson.
And today, you might notice, if you're watching the video, an empty space. And that's because we have...
Whoa!
Hey!
Hey! It's like we're wizards or something.
Crazy.
I know.
Wow. Sorcerers even.
Caleb, would you we should
Watch the last episode.
Thanks for the plug of our
Hey,
own
of
channel.
At this point, it's going to be like 5 episodes.
Oh, man. Fine, just go find it. Go find it.
Go,
You're already here.
Look back.
You know what it is.
But this is Caleb Shockley.
Hello.
Go check him out at Shockley.
Find me on YouTube at Shock Films or Instagram, the only social media that I actively use, at Caleb Shockley.
The content will shock you.
I get told that all the time.
I actually had an idea for
Static electricity. I wish.
Just comes back blackened.
I wish. I've always wanted to do that, honestly.
Well, thank you, Caleb, for joining us today.
Yeah,
Would you like to intro the movie? What movie are we talking about today?
It's called Shanghai Noon. This guy, all right. But I think here's my problem though. I think it should have been called Gold Rush Hour. So to me, to these guys, we're watching Shanghai Noon. To me, we're watching Gold Rush Hour. All right.
Wow.
So
I did
know that.
I did have that
That's so
thought. I was
good.
like, that would be another good episode. Is Rush Hour?
Wow.
1,
Right.
2, or 3? I don't know. I think there's 2 or 3.
There's at least 3.
Yeah.
There's definitely 3. I've only seen the first one.
I mean, immediately when you guys like told me that's where we were watching, and I saw like the poster of the film, I was like, "Oh, it's like Rush Hour, but for like white people." Right? So we're perfect.
Yeah.
We're perfect for it.
Amazing.
Very honored to be your first guest, by the way.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like huge. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, we've just got loads of people who are just begging.
Lined up, I'm
At least
sure.
3.
Knocking at the door. I had to push 2 guys out of the way on my way to the studio. So don't sell
breaking
yourself
these.
short.
Yeah, I should have put my address out
I was
there.
like, activate lead pipe. Bam.
1881. What are you? And it's we're in China, the Forbidden City. Is that a real place?
It was back in
say,
1881.
I don't know if it is still, but I think it was. I think it's still like a place I think that like tourists at the very least can go to.
Was that
Well,
back when they had like their borders closed? To
I don't know. I just can't believe we were able to film there.
Ooh.
That's so.
so fair?
Well, this film wasn't filmed in 1881, right?
I thought it was a documentary.
Oh. Well, you're about to be very surprised.
Okay. There's a bunch of people at the bowing, and then you hear. I'm not gonna do an accent.
Yeah.
Hell,
First they're like doing martial arts or something.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
Like
Yeah,
trained.
yeah.
There's like a courtyard full of these guys in, I think it's red suits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in like red suits. They're doing these martial arts poses, and then they're all like, "Get down on your knees. Here comes the princess."
And then they're carrying her on one of those like classic things that you carry princesses on, and one of the guards, Jackie Chan, his name is Chong Wang. Chong Wang.
Chong
Chan Wang.
Chong Wang.
Chong Wang.
Chong Wang.
He's a little rebellious, and he looks up, and he's not supposed to, and they lock eyes for a moment, and you're like, "Oh snap! What's about to happen?"
Sparks are flying, and she smiles, so she's into it too.
Yeah. And you're like, they're gonna get together.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Forbidden City, more like Forbidden Love.
Oh, yeah.
Preach. And so you cut to the princess. She's in the room, and there's a 12-year-old boy who's there.
He's like a prince. It's like one of those arranged
but they say
royal marriages.
later in the movie they say that the emperor is a 12-year-old boy, which makes me think. But then she says something like,
I thought her father was the
Her
emperor.
father's the emperor.
"But
Yeah.
then why do they say something like that later in the movie?
I don't remember them saying that,
Yeah.
so I can't
Don't make me sound crazy."
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine.
All I know is that kid is betrothed to
Yeah.
the princess,
Yeah.
so he's
And
not
she's
emperor.
like, if the emperor loves him so much, why didn't he marry him?
And he's got like this wispy mustache starting to grow, and you're just like, man.
And a monobrow, unibrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's quite a catch.
Yeah. I feel like I'm doing all the talking, guys.
Oh, okay. Then,
Sorry. Okay.
Caleb,
Hey, fair enough. All right.
like, I'm just here for the ride.
It cuts to after the betrothal stuff. The princess is like, I guess, with her English teacher.
Right.
Is what it seems like.
Yeah.
So Jackie Chan he's cleaning the floors, right? And he hears this conversation that the princess is trying to escape to America, and her teacher's like, "I can get you there. I know a way." And
But we gotta leave tonight.
right, we gotta go. And so they start to run out, and Jackie Chan is like, "Princess, like you can't go." And she turns around and he bows just immediately. And so he can't stop her.
He's
Can't do
very
anything.
respectful, I will say.
This is
He has a
true.
lot of
Got some
honor.
good manner, yeah. The next day, somebody walks into the princess's room and they see a ransom note on her bed, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What's this?" And it's
I did
what
not
happens.
know that I must have like zoned out during that because I remember what you were about to describe, and I was
Yeah.
like, where did they get this note?
yeah.
Yeah, like
I
we
thought
see
somebody made it up.
like we see the teacher like drop it like on the table.
It was-
so
was
wouldn't
like-
have, that shouldn't have surprised me.
It was like
Yeah.
yeah.
They showed it pretty clearly. The guy, he takes the paper and he drops it onto the table, and then it
Okay.
cuts to them reading it.
Because I was like later in the film, I was like, Danny, no, you know.
Well, so I was confused because for a second there I thought like this was like a legit like eloping thing, and I was like, oh yay, good for them, you know, true love, they're going after it then. But then I'm like, oh wait, hold on, this is like a whole scandal. So the princess eventually is kidnapped. Little does she know, and now the emperor has to make this choice to live up to this ransom note to get his daughter back, or just like try to go find her. So he's like, all right, we'll take like the 3 best guards from the imperial guards, and we'll send them out with this loads of, it's like 100,000 pieces of gold or something like
they're
that.
just gonna pay the ransom.
Yeah,
That's
basically,
their
yeah,
plan.
yeah. So they're like, all right, the 3 best of you stay here, and everybody runs off, and then they're all like, ah! And then they run off very
but
dramatically
Jackie
for
Chan
some
then
reason.
comes up and he's like, I want to go too. It's my fault she got away. And then they're like, this guy's a loser.
Yeah,
Which-
everyone's like, we hate Jackie Chan. This guy sucks.
and like literally the uncle was like, let me go with him. And then the emperor said something along the lines of, hopefully he doesn't make it back.
Well, no. Okay, so the emperor is his uncle. The emperor is Jackie Chan's uncle, I think, right?
What?
The
No,
emperor?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Really?
I think it was like an advisor.
The princess is the emperor's daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the emperor is Jackie Chan's uncle, then like they're cousins,
Oh, yeah.
right? That
You're right.
would have
That's a
been.
good point.
I'm
would
saying
be
that
bad.
some weird
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
doesn't happen.
It's the 1800s, but look,
Nah, but
Well,
yeah.
but we're in Nevada, not Alabama.
Nah.
So,
fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
So okay.
I'm so sorry.
Fair play.
We're
Fair
better
play,
than
guys.
that.
All right. I will be looking this up later.
Now we're over in the States. We're back. I think it's in Nevada, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're back in the States.
Yeah.
The train is moving, and then that's when Owen Wilson's character comes in, and he's like, "Now I got the super complicated plan." That's not what he sounds like, but he's like,
It's like, guys, I got this super complicated plan. You know, I gotta. It's all these moving parts and things.
and then there's
That's
a
a
guy.
horn.
He's like, "Is that the train?"
And it's like a 2-year-old drawing.
Yeah.
And he's like, fine, we'll do what we always do. We're going to write down there and we're just
gonna
going to
wing
get
it.
on the train.
We're just gonna wing it, all right, guys.
And then...
Solid impression.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But, and then Walton Goggins there and he's like, oh boy. And he's crazy. And
He's
he's patting
nuts.
down his hair. Oh,
Yeah.
well, you know what? You don't need to be nervous. I can't remember the whole stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they write down... onto
Everybody on Spotify is gonna be. Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, was that a horse? What's going on?
So they ride into the train and they're like, you're being robbed, everybody.
They say the classic, reach for the sky.
Yeah.
It was good stuff. I was
It
like,
is.
whoa, it's not just Woody. Toy Story?
That was an
Yeah.
earlier episode. Plug.
Wow. And so they're walking through, and there's one, what is it, Wallace? That's his name. Wallace is particularly aggressive, and he's like, give it everything. And, well, we don't steal from women. That's Owen Wilson.
And then Owen Wilson starts flirting with somebody they're well, I guess he gave it back to her, but he's like, we don't steal from women. And then he goes in back and he's like, so you've ever been held up before? It's kind of hot, isn't it? You're like, what?
And she seemed to be kind of digging it.
I need game like that. That's what I need.
Yeah. To be able to pick a woman up while you're robbing her.
Exactly.
That-
Well,
okay, that-
actually, technically, they didn't rob her, so
True enough.
yeah,
Yep.
she had no beef.
On the same train is Chong Wang and his uncle and,
And
the three guards.
the three guards, yeah.
And the uncle comes out and he sees the robbery happening, and then he gets shot.
Yeah. Walton Goggins shoots him.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, baby."
Yeah.
And like,
Owen-
what are we doing?
We don't shoot people.
He's a terrible outlaw. He doesn't rob half the people, and he doesn't shoot anybody.
and then
He's
what
a
did he
robber
do?
with morals. I
So
love to see that.
He is
morals.
just
Honor.
an inconvenient person. He's not evil. He's like Doofenshmirtz.
He's
you know?
a side
enough.
plot character. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like we find out that Walton Goggins is from Texas. And they're like, you can't trust people from Texas. And I was like, here. Am I right? I'm kidding. It's a joke. If you're from Texas, stop No.
You know, he's actually technically from Texas.
Yeah, I was born in Texas.
Yeah, that's why we don't trust him.
He's like, yeah, I figured. Janie was from Texas too, though. She was.
That's true.
Yeah,
Who?
Janie.
Oh, right. We're just going to start naming random
people
people.
out
Nobody
there.
ever.
Yeah, so was Brad.
Gordon, also a Texan. That I know.
Owen is kind of upset. He's like, "What? We don't do that." And so then they start heading up to the front of the train where like the rest of the gold is, or
It's
whatever.
a safe for the train.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't,
right.
They don't know there's gold on this train.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So he takes his gang up there, and then they release the like passenger part of the train, most of it at least. And so then Owen's like, "All right, you guys stay here, and then I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna set the dynamite." And then during all this, Chong Wang,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna say it right, but Jackie Chan's character, he jumps up there, and then he jumps in through the window. Or
Well, he
something.
sees he walks through and he sees his uncle dead, and he's like, "Who did this?"
Yeah.
And then the lady actually that was being flirted with is the one that was like
She points.
back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then he goes and he butts you in. And he's like, "Well, yeah," and start beating everybody up.
But then they pull their guns on him. And they start shooting at him, so he has to jump out of there.
Gets
And
up
then-
on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they do the whole, shoot at your feet to make you dance kind of thing, except it's up. So he's dancing on the roof.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Roy sets the dynamite, and then he heads back, and he comes in, and they're all shooting the roof. He's like, "What are y'all doing?" And they're like, "It's the guy. He's here."
Yeah, and Jackie Chan sees all the dynamite. He happened to get into that cart, and so he tries like putting it out, and doesn't really put it out, but he does put the dynamite underneath the safe, I guess, and basically blows the safe out the side of the train car into
Yeah.
water
Yeah.
where it's unusable, and so everybody's real mad about that, and so they really start getting their panties in a bunch and start shooting him, and they Jackie Chan beat two of them, and Wallace, which is Walton Goggins' character, and Roy are the two to the left, and Roy and Jackie Chan, and they're on a bunch of logs.
Yeah, they're
And
just like
Wallace is
tied
like,
down.
"I got an idea, Chief," and he's pulled the lever, and so all the logs are spinning, and it's like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Wait,
and
it's
they're
a
like,
terrible idea because you're about to
Ridiculous.
you're gonna lose Jackie Chan, but you're also gonna lose your boss.
But-
Which, like, 2 seconds later, he's like, "Now hold up your hands, because I'm gonna take over your gang." So
But the gang is a total of 4 people, one of which you've killed.
just go find some friends.
trying to kill.
Go
Yeah.
find some friends. Like,
Let's go get some other people. Yeah.
Jackie Chan escapes.
and then that's when we cut back to Princess Pepe is her name. The English teacher guy brings her to this, like. It's like a work camp. There's like a quarry. They're like mining rocks
they're
or
building
something.
a
They're
railroad.
building a railroad.
They're building a road. That's what it is. And he brings her inside this little cabin thing, and he's like, "Now, here's what's actually happening. I'm bringing you to this other guy, Lo Fang. Yeah, he's a traitor of our country. I cannot be with him." And he's like, "Well, it doesn't matter because this is actually a kidnap."
Well,
sweetheart."
it's funny because he was like, "I'm a traitor for what? Abandoning the country?" And you're like,
Yeah, that's what a
that-
traitor is.
I mean,
that is what multiple characters by the end of this movie are going to do. And I don't know what he specifically did that made everybody hate him so much.
he shaved that ponytail off.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't correlate that. That's probably got something to do with it, right?
Yeah.
All right, I guess.
He's getting rid of the old ways, the traditions and whatnot. Maybe.
Ah.
Who knows? I don't know.
All right. Well, anyway, the English teacher then goes to get his money, but then in what is one of the worst moves ever is like, I want more money. Is that what he's trying to do? He had no
Yeah.
plan. He basically sticks up Lo Fong, and then Lo Fong just murders him with like an oyster, I think.
I say, yeah, I think I have a note here that says the loudest eating an oyster sound I have ever heard in my life. I was very uncomfortable, honestly. I was
It was like the Lord Denethor of oysters, you know?
oh, so true, dude.
It begs a good question, though. Do you think you could kill somebody with an oyster? Do you have that in you?
I mean, depends on the oyster, I guess.
Not the person, just the oyster.
You know, did I sharpen it before?
I'm terrified. I'm never gonna eat seafood with you ever.
Fine then. All right, we won't go to Long John Silver's. Dang it.
They don't have an oyster
Jeez.
at Long John Silver's, you're safe.
Yeah.
So true. So true. I asked once, and they said, well, "Get out of here."
This is a Long John Go to bed,
This is Long John Silver's. Our fish isn't even real. What are you talking about?
Then we cut to Owen Wilson having a good time. Well,
Oh, right,
in a brothel.
Yeah.
And if you're younger, don't look up what a brothel is.
It's like a soup, right? It's for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
soup.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's just enjoying some good soup, and then he wakes up to actually being eaten alive by some vultures. They're
Yeah.
picking at his head a little bit.
And he had been buried.
Up to his
So
neck.
it's
Yeah.
only his head. Which, I mean, that's a lot of effort to
It
try to
is.
kill somebody. Like, they have guns, and they said, we're going to dig a hole.
Obviously, this is a terrible thing, and you should never do this. But I'm like, if you're gonna go through all that work to put somebody in a hole like that, like, and your whole idea is like, let's kill this person by torturing them, then like, aren't you gonna stay in and like enjoy it? I don't know. Seems weird.
I can't believe you would just say that. What a terrible,
I'm
awful
saying,
thing
I'm
to
just-
say.
I thought it was. You said that was weird, and I was like, "What's weird is that you said that. What's weird is that you thought that."
I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, what's the payoff for the like the rest of the gang?
But
Just like the knowing,
Just knowing, man.
just knowing.
I'm sure they watched him, like, as a little head for, like, a solid 5 minutes. They were like, this is funny, and then they left.
Could
Good
be
stuff.
fair enough.
So Owen Wilson was upset, understandably.
Roy, yeah.
And then,
Along comes John Wayne.
Along comes
Which-
John Wayne.
you killed my father. And he's like, I'm telling you, I didn't do that.
That was one of my gang dudes.
And he said, I need to go to Carson City. Where is that? And you go, how? I know where Carson City is.
You
so
should
why
take
don't-
me with you.
Or you take me with you, and I can show you where it is, and you can dig me out of this hole. And Jack said, like, no, just tell me where it is. And Owen Wilson said, it's over those mountains. Now help me out. I helped my end of the bargain up. And then he gives him chopsticks and puts him in his mouth like a little walrus.
I couldn't do it. I'll be honest with you. If you give me chopsticks to dig myself out of a hole, I couldn't do it. That'd take forever.
Yep.
Fair
The
enough.
the vultures definitely would have eaten me by that point, right?
Well, you're just not
good.
as committed, I
I
guess.
guess
It's a good
not.
thing you're not in this movie.
I guess it is. It's a very good thing.
It'd be a short movie.
It's a good thing they called Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
True, very
Yeah.
true.
I know they called you, and you were like, "Hey guys, I've read this scene.
I was probably like 3 years old.
Can't
but-
do it.
Yeah.
Not for me." So then we cut to Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
And he's going over the mountains, right?
Oh, true.
And I had this thought. I was like, yeah, like I know that there's mountains over there, and like that the landscape of America is there's a lot going on, but I had a hard time believing it. I don't know.
That
I was like,
there were snowy covered mountains
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Nevada.
Well, not, guys.
I was like, what in the Minecraft? What's going on?
no. It's the Rocky
Oh, we're in a
Mountains.
new biome. Like
It's the Rocky Mountains. I don't think
I just
you
had a
do.
Going
hard,
from
for,
straight
for
desert
whatever
to
reason,
straight
had a hard
snow.
time with it.
So above New Mexico.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
another state called Colorado.
Okay.
Yep.
Weren't we in Nevada? I think that this is when we get the fight in the woods
Yes.
with the Native
yeah.
Americans, right?
He
Yeah.
ends up
Yeah.
drinking out of
Yeah.
a river. Yeah.
He's drinking
Yes.
from a river, and then this little boy. So I'll.
It's a little boy.
Yeah, it's a little boy, but when I thought it was a grown woman at first.
You know,
I'll
I
be
did too.
honest.
Just
to be
because of the
honest.
long hair? Is
Yeah,
that why?
And the fair complexion.
All right.
For whatever
Caleb,
reason,
take over before he talks.
So Little Feather, I think was his name, was the character we find out.
Oh dang,
later.
you knew his name. Wow, that's good.
I think they say it later on.
Okay.
So he gets chased into this sort of
by the
riverbed.
cause.
yeah,
I think it's the crow.
The crow,
right?
the crows.
Yeah. It's the Black Crows, I believe. They're a Native American tribe, and then the kid is in a different tribe.
Yeah.
And so they're chasing him, and Jackie Chan, or Chan Wan, as it were, being the noble man that he is, tries to save this person, and just has quite the fight in the woods with these guys. And during that fight, I was like, this is classic. This is Jackie Chan stuff.
Oh, yes, this is what we want to see.
This is true to form. This is what I'm looking for.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what?
A guy ends up in a tree.
In all of these fight scenes, it made me appreciate how good he was because I was thinking, like, if this was a Marvel movie, there would be 27 cuts for every punch thrown.
Yeah.
But they can keep the camera actually, like, still for more than 2 seconds because you can just do it.
I think that was like one of his main selling points coming over to America. He was like, we're gonna bring Eastern style like filming to martial arts.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so he's fighting these crow fellows, and
He's
like,
flipping them. They're
Yep.
bouncing off trees and whatnot.
Yep, and then eventually like 20 more pull up to the club. Not 20, but a good amount
on
more.
their Mustangs.
And and they're throwing
Crazy
tomahawks, and Jackie Chan dodges tomahawk and then throws them back, and they catch them perfectly. Like I don't know how.
That was crazy.
It was very impressive.
Yeah.
And he did so nonchalant. He catches it, passes it to his friend, and I was like, "Whew, Jackie Chan, you're cooked, bro." And so eventually he's fighting them, pow, 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 and then he picks
like,
up a bone, and they're all like, "Whoa!"
It's a real Samson moment. Yeah.
They get out of there.
And then he turns around because he smells it and he's like, oh, this is disgusting. That's probably why they ran away. And then he turns around and there's like 50 horses pulled up on like this mountaintop, and he's like, that's probably why they ran away. And then the little feather, Little Feather walks up and he's like, Father, I'm so sorry. And he's like, didn't I tell you not to wander into their territory ever? And so the Indian boy gets reprimanded or whatever. But then he's like, this guy over here, he saved my life, so he's pretty cool. So they take him back. They take him back to the camp. And that night they're doing like a little celebration of like, yeah, you saved my son or whatever. And then they start passing around this like bong, and they're smoking weed.
Well, they basically Song Wong is speaking Chinese, and they're like, we gotta get him to shut up, and so they give him weed, and
and then he gets high
off his rocker.
Even the chief, at the end of it, he smells it and he's like, whoa, this is some strong stuff.
And then he wakes up in the morning, and I remember like it's the shot of Jackie Chan. It's like on his face and he's laying on his side. And I remember thinking to myself, there's no reason for this, but there's gonna be a woman there with him.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, absolutely no reason for that.
Especially after the camera pans down, like looking at the side of the tent, and there's two horses like humping each other.
That was interesting. So
and there is indeed a woman there.
There is indeed a woman there. Yeah, and he like runs out of the tent and finds out he's married.
Hey, look, that's how, not saying it should be done forced on you, but that's, if you're gonna do that, you should be married. So at least there's that.
True that. It's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, I was like, at least they went about it the sort of right way. So.
And Jackie Chan at first is kind of like, no, and then she's kind of like, I guess we're in it. And the chief tells his daughter, like, look after the strange man. And she's like, okay. And
so now they are one.
Yep. And so they're wandering around on their horses, and they get to a town, Carson City.
No, it's not
yet.
Yeah,
that's what
well,
they think,
yeah.
right? And she kind of signs to him because they don't know.
She's like, you go on, and I'll stay here,
and I will watch you.
Yeah.
And so Chan Wong goes into there, and he enters into the saloon.
Not before we find out that the horse can sit like a dog.
Dude, the best trained horse I've ever seen. It does take
crazy.
Jackie Chan like 20 tries to do like that. Or whatever it is. he goes up to like the bar, right?
Yeah.
He goes up to the bar and
Well, everybody's racist, so already tensions are high.
Yeah. And the bartender's like, you can't get your fire water here. You have
We
to
don't
go
serve your kind.
Yeah,
here.
somewhere else.
because
yeah.
at this point he has like face paint on, like
Right.
like the Indian
Yes.
would, and then he looks
I
in the
don't
mirror.
think that's the only reason. I mean,
Well, I mean, he's also like dressed in their
Okay.
their getup and whatnot. But anyway, he looks into the mirror and he sees like, oh my goodness, I have this face paint on. So then he like dips his finger in somebody's drink and then he wipes it all off.
because
Yeah.
he's looking intently in a mirror. Behind him, he sees none other than Roy O'Bannon.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Owen Wilson
and,
himself.
Yep, and he's playing cards, and he's winning. And then he finds out that Jackie Chan found out they're not in Carson City. And so then he goes over to Owen Wilson, Roy, and he's like, "Why did you lie to me?" He's like,
Yeah,
"Here's your
yeah.
chopsticks back."
Yeah.
And
And then Jackie Chan sort of like grabs his wrist, I guess, and
Yeah.
this little mechanism pops out that has a card on it. Shows that he's been holding cards in his sleeve.
Yeah, it's like 2 aces, I think.
Yeah.
Got an ace up his sleeve.
Oh,
And that's where
it
that
came
saying
from.
comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
I always thought
yeah.
it came from street magicians.
No, Shanghai Noon. Funny enough. That phrase didn't exist before 2000.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
And so,
Everyone was worried about Y2K. Little did we know we were going to get such a revolutionary phrase out of the turn of the century.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so everybody at the card table sees that he's got cards up his sleeve, and so they're like, "Give me my money back" or whatever. And so then he starts punching somebody, and then this random dude comes over and he starts punching Owen. Owen punches Jackie. Jackie punches this guy, and they're doing this like in a circle loop kind of a thing, and then they end up punching each other, and then like get knocked back or whatever. So then it's a bar brawl, as you know it would happen in the Wild West.
yeah. And even today, I just remember this last night, this exact same thing happened.
You were at a bar brawl
You were in
last
a bar
night.
fight?
Well, yeah, somebody was cheating in the card, another guy started punching another guy, and it was like, oh, then boom, ball fight.
Same thing happened to me last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
See? It's just
Yeah. Except
constant.
I was the guy with the cards up my sleeve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
They
it's
got
tragic.
you.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go to Vegas.
And it'd been really great if in that moment I could be like, bah! And there's an ace like in my hand. But
Sheriffs show up, and they shut it down, and they arrest Chong Wong and Boy. And so he's sitting in there, and the jailer has the book. I guess we didn't talk about
We
it.
didn't
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about
I
the
didn't
book. Yeah.
I meant to say it and got distracted.
Yeah. Princess Pepe, back when she was learning English, had a book, and that was her favorite story. And then
Yeah.
Jackie Chan took it with him. That's
Because
really all
she
you
dropped
need
it
to know.
because when she was leaving, like it fell, like she was like keeping it like in her clothes, I guess, and
Yeah.
it fell.
Yeah.
And so Jackie Chan grabbed it.
And so he's like, give me back the book, give me back the book, give me back the book. And all the rest was like, shut up, give it a break.
You seem a little stressed, partner. Well, just sit down, okay?
Relax, dude.
Yeah, so they have like almost like a hope, but not really.
Yeah. He eventually smiles.
Yeah,
Jackie
he
Chan's
laughs
character,
at
but
some
yeah,
sort of joke.
Yeah.
Because
And-
yeah, I think Jackie Chan, he asked him if he really used the chopsticks to dig out.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, dude, totally.
Of course.
That's what gets him to smile.
Yeah.
Which I'm still not sure he actually did, but
I mean, how else did he do it?
somebody came along probably, offered to help him. I don't know.
You should.
Sure.
I mean, you should have more whimsy in your heart.
Yeah,
More whimsy.
Honestly.
Yeah,
True.
That wouldn't even be the
For
craziest.
somebody who works in the creative industry, I should be
Yeah.
more
That's
creative.
also
yeah.
not like the craziest thing that happens in this movie.
True. True. Well, they're
Sure
about
enough.
to pee on a shirt, so that's
Yeah, so basically,
Fully believable. I mean, come on.
we've
Hey.
all been there, right?
I mean, look, I did that 2 weeks ago.
yeah. I mean, not on purpose like they did, but yeah.
I mean, I was also breaking out of jail, so it was on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so basically, during this conversation, though, Owen Wilson finds out that there's a princess that's been kidnapped, and that is why Jackie Chan is there. And he's like, wow, okay. And there's gold. And so he's in it for the gold. He's like, well, partner, I got to help you get out of here so you can find this princess.
He's like, hey, get the book, get the book, get the book.
Yeah. And the guy just shut the door.
Yeah.
And so then they're trying to figure out a way, and Owen's like, all right, let's figure this out. You stay over there, and I'm gonna get this. And Jackie Chan starts peeing on his shirt. He tears off.
And he turns around. He's like, whoa, man, wait till you're like, we can get to a bathroom or whatever. And he's like, you hold this. And he's like, no, man, that's your pee, man. I'm not
And
gonna
he
do
says,
that.
wet shirt, don't break. And he's like, what? And so
He wraps it
Wilson's
around.
still doing nothing. He's
Yeah.
just like, okay, we got a mattress in the wall. What are we gonna do with
Yeah.
that? And meanwhile, Jackie Chan takes a piece of wood and the shirt and he starts twisting two bars to bend them together.
Yeah,
into
so they
each
can
other.
slip on through, and it works.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it works.
Yeah, and then Owen Wilson comes over, and because Jackie Chan's like, "Help, help!" and he's like, he just sort of lightly taps his hands because he doesn't want to get the pee on it.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, hey, fair enough,
Dude,
yeah.
I would
I'm right there with
be
you.
doing the same.
And then, I mean, he like squeezes through and they're beginning to all up on him.
Yeah.
And so then they
get to the second set of bars.
why
and
the
then,
true sets of bars?
I don't know.
Extra
It's-
security.
Yeah. I mean,
It works.
I was
Hey,
to say,
What if someone breaks through the first set of bars?
gotta have a second.
Got it. Clearly, they have a
Never know.
method though. At this, like,
Yeah.
what you doing? And so they start. He's like, Jackie Chan's like, I'm out. The shirt's too dry now. Which,
And so
Whatever.
Owen's like, oh gosh, okay. And so then he gets a little pee shy because he's like, don't watch me, okay?
well, I mean, Jackie Chan is like sticking her face around his shoulder.
Say,
like,
no, aim right
what's
down
going on?
there.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
yeah.
all about this is happening. He's getting in a cut with this rancher, and she's like getting some cattle tied up, putting ropes and stuff. You're like, what's going on? I don't know why we're cutting to this. And then suddenly, as they're arguing
side.
about Owen Wilson not being able to pee,
Yeah.
you got the.
That was
I was
the-
hoping there was going to be more.
That was the side of the
interaction.
jail.
Oh, you wanted us to do it?
Yeah, I want
Oh,
all
should
of
we do
us
it again?
Okay,
in
yeah.
unison. Ready?
Okay,
Like,
okay, ready, yeah.
So she folds on the thing and. So they destroyed the back wall of the cell. So the jailer was like, "What in tarnation?" And he went back, and then pop, pop, pop. They knock him out. They grab the book, and then they exit back from.
He's
whence
got
they
a
came.
boss wife, man.
I
Yeah,
say
yeah,
at that
you-
point I was like, I hope he doesn't end up with the princess.
Yeah,
'cause
I was like-
this girl rules.
Yes,
Yeah,
she does.
she's
She
awesome.
is.
This
boss.
is the first time of many in which she saves everybody.
Yeah.
So
and
true.
so they.
She's also a sniper that we find out later on.
Yeah. No, she's fantastic.
She's got it.
Great.
They ride off, and this is where I start to lose memory of the movie.
Well, this is I think when Owen Wilson's like, I'm in.
I do want to backtrack for
yeah.
like 1 second because in this clip between them waking up and starting the whole montage, we see the other 3 Imperial guards who got picked up by like this family who's moving west or
Right.
whatever, and
Yeah.
the wife is just looking at them. And she's like, "And those dang engines, oh my goodness, they're all the same." And he's like, "Honey, they're not engines, they're Jews."
Right. And I was
and,
like,
they're like, "Shalom," and the guards go, "Shalom."
yeah,
And he's like, "Yeah."
yeah. I was like, that's such a random, like, I want to know who thought of that.
It was genius,
Like,
whoever did.
What if?
What if they're Jews?
Okay.
So then the training montage starts.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. At some point during the movie, we cut back to the camp. So Lo
Yeah.
Fong and the
Pei
bad
Pei.
guy and Princess Pei
Princess
basically, you're gonna do manual labor and you're not gonna escape. And if you do, I'm gonna kill people.
Can we like establish why she's even there in the first place? I'm a little confused.
What do you mean? She was kidnapped.
No,
for money.
no. Oh, okay.
The guy wants money.
So Lo
he-
Fong was working with the English teacher guy.
Yeah.
To get the money.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so
It's all pretty well
but
explained.
then Lo. Okay.
They like.
well, it's just like, we covered this.
That's
I
pretty
don't know,
well
we
laid
covered
out,
this
so I don't
already.
know what the problem is.
I thought we covered this already. The sort of English teacher guy says to the princess, like, obviously he's, mincing his words a little bit, right? But he says, I think, like, we're going to see someone that I know who helps Chinese immigrants get on their feet. He, just exploits people and perhaps, leads them to believe that this is their only option because of
True.
the state
Yeah.
of America at the time.
I usually get halfway through the movie and I'm like, I'm tired of taking notes. I'm just gonna watch the rest.
I just get so enthralled by the movie that I'm like, I don't want to pause and take notes.
I know, right?
we
Oh,
finally get
okay.
to Carson City after that.
They see a poster, the wanted sign. I just covered up the entire.
That's right.
So they see the wanted sign, right?
So they see the wanted
So they see
sign.
the wanted
They
sign.
see a wanted poster and almost
Yeah.
like, wow, they did a really good job. You know, this is really gonna make me popular with the ladies.
And Owen's like, look at that! It's like $700 for me. And then Chong looks over and he sees a poster for him, and he's like, oh, look at I'm also on a poster. And he's like, $1,000? Why are you more than me?
And it's a Shanghai kid. Dang, that's a really cool name.
Yeah. He doesn't see the marshal before he's in the store.
Right. Yeah.
He thinks it's him, and then like the marshal like shouts out his name, and he's like, "Oh man, it's him!" kind of thing.
Yeah. So they have history. These two.
I don't know if they
Roy
have
and this
history,
guy?
but he's just well known at the
Oh,
time.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So it's this marshal and his posse. They surround the store that they're in, and they're like, "All right, boys, come on with the hands up, boys. You know, we're gonna come in and shoot you." And so that's when Chong is like, "Don't worry, I'll go out and I'll clear things up.
Well,
This is gonna be
he's
okay."
like, wait, I'm not a bad guy though. And you're like, why don't you run with me? You're a bad guy now. I'm not a
I'm
bad
a
guy.
bad
I'm
guy.
a good guy. And so he goes out to try to clear his name.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they start shooting at him.
try to light him up, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Why are they shooting at me?
Yeah.
But then the marshal's like, "All right, boys, go around back. Make sure they don't pull the whatever on us.
Pull
and
a saddle
make sure
over
that you
Yeah.
you leave the Chinaman alive." You're like, they were just shooting at the guy.
Yeah.
Do you want him alive or not? I don't know.
I say we didn't. I don't remember if his wanted poster said "wanted, dead or alive."
Jackie Chan goes out the back. Owen Wilson is like, I'm gonna take this guy head on. Well, he comes out without his guns. He's like, I'm unarmed. You can't. Don't shoot me. And then Jackie Chan's like, here are your weapons. You're welcome. And he's like, oh.
He like gives him a thumbs up. He's like, "There you go."
Yeah.
And the sheriff
Fight
is like,
with honor.
And then he runs out the back.
Yep. And the sheriff is like, pick up your guns. And he's like, oh, gosh, I don't want to do that. And so he picks up his gun, and they're staring at each other, and he's like doing some stretching. And he's like, all right, let me do my thing. You can do your thing.
And then he gets like a side pose, and he's like, "Face me like a man." He's like, "How might you do it your way, and I'll do it my way."
Yep. And in the back, Jackie Chan is fighting some people. At first, he's on the rope. You know, they're making him dance. They're shooting at his feet, and it's real Billy the Kid kind of stuff. But then Jackie finds his way to a horseshoe and a rope, and that's all my man needs.
Game over.
Yeah.
I feel like frequently I talk for a second.
Well, I was leaving some
then
dead
I
space
stop.
so Caleb could pick.
Well, I was trying to think. Sorry. I wanted to jump in. I was prepared to, but I blanked. I did the same thing that happened when I watched the movie, which was I was like, oh, horseshoe. Are they gonna make close only counts and horseshoes?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Like a joke about that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And and they didn't, and so I couldn't think of one when I was watching the movie. So when you start talking about the horseshoe, I was like, I gotta start thinking. I was like, he's gonna stop talking about the horseshoe, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say either my own joke or just make a reference to my own thought, and then it didn't happen. Couldn't think of anything.
Neither came out.
Couldn't think.
Sorry, I
So
heard that. That was not me. Okay.
No, it's okay.
yeah, I mean, I didn't even get close, right?
But close only counts in horseshoe and hand grenades.
You know that's right. Boom, boom, we brought it back around. Good job, guys.
Leave it
So-
in.
Yeah. So he's fighting dude with a horseshoe, and it's going crazy. And then we get the sort of parallel of the two in the front about to have their gun duel, right? And then it's Jackie Chan with the guy in the back. Guy's reaching for his gun. Jackie Chan's got his horseshoe. Throws the horseshoe, knocks the guy out. And then right before the duel happens, in the front, Jackie Chan hops out, throws like a sheriff's star, and sticks it in the marshal's hand, and he drops his gun, and that was the...
Which is the most blood we've seen in this entire movie, which is hilarious.
I think it's
one shot.
I think it's the
scar in
only
his
blood.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I had him. I just gotta get him. But they escape.
You
They
never
run away.
interrupt the duel, man.
The whole duel, Owen's character is just like in his head. He's like, "Oh, I'm totally dead. I'm not gonna get this." And then he's like, "I had him, dude. Why did you?"
Confident. Can't believe himself.
Yeah. So then it's at this point.
They finally get to Carson City.
Well,
Are they have they been in Carson City this whole time?
honestly,
Carson City is,
I don't know.
Is what's the word I'm looking for? MacGuffin. It does not matter in the slightest.
Fair
I think-
enough.
Who cares if they
I'm
get
just
to
trying to get
Carson
us
City?
across the plot point.
I
That's
think
what I'm
the
trying
real
to do.
Carson City was
It's
the
inside.
friends we made
Friends
along
we
the way. Well, what I was gonna say was Now this is the point where Owen Wilson's like, was like, I know a place where we can get information, right? We gotta go, and then they show up at the brothel at that point. We're circling back around to where you were.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Here we are. Finally, my point. They show up, and Owen's character's like, Roy is like, so we're gonna go to this place. We're gonna get a lot of information. This could be great, and you know, Chong's like all for it. And so then they walk in. It's this brothel, and everybody's, oh, hi, Roy, you're back. And he's like, yeah. And so then they get like a dual tub. They're like an arm's length away from each other. And then they're like, between them is a bottle of whiskey, and then they got like their own scrub brushes and whatnot. But then they're just sitting there cleaning themselves up, and it was a very uncomfortable situation for me, because I love my friends and whatnot, but I don't think I'd ever do that. Like take a bath.
It's a spa, basically.
Yeah,
at that
well,
point.
yeah.
Now, it's not until this moment, because I was like, what is happening? I bet the ladies don't want these gross, sweaty
Sure.
men.
Yeah,
They gotta
sure.
clean, and they probably have limited space for the showers or the bathtub in this scenario. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
And
enough.
so
They spend like a couple hours
So
in
it's a
these
while.
bathtubs. So like midway through, I'm like, that water's got to be cold. But eventually
Well,
they
that
start
is-
opening up to each other, and we kind of like, there's some more bonding that starts to happen. And then Owen's like, do you know any drinking games in China? Like, what do you guys do? And so Chong shows him this one game. I don't even know what the game
like,
is.
boy, hi, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
they're like,
Just doing
go,
stuff.
go. And so they played this game like 3 or 4 times, and they're like, uno mas. And then eventually Owen gets to this like crisis situation. He's like, what am I even doing with my life? Like, where am I going with this whole thing? And then Chong is like,
He's
one
like,
more
"Life is
drinking
a
game.
highway, man."
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, we can't.
Good. I like that.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta slip that in there.
No, and so then eventually, I think her name's Fifi comes in, and she's like,
yeah.
are you ready? And he's like, oh yeah. And so he goes, Roy goes off with Fifi, and he's like talking with her. And Chong is, I don't know what he's doing exactly, but he's just kind of wandering the halls at this point.
Yep.
And
he is plastered out of his mind.
Stumbling
yeah,
around.
yeah, he's not feeling good. And so he's walking through the hallway, and he hears a conversation that Roy is having with Fifi, and she's like, I just never thought that you'd like end up with a Chinaman or whatever. And he's like, oh, no, we're not friends, like I'm just using him to get to gold or whatever. And of course he overhears this, and he's like, well, we're done, right? Like,
Yep.
I'm not gonna be his friend anymore.
Oh, he hears a scream.
That's
He hears
right.
the scream. Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, distress. I thought it was gonna be like an awkward scene where she was not actually in trouble.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she was, so good for him.
Yeah,
And
way to
it
go
was
for it.
the
Life
the
lesson,
marshal
guys.
is being what?
What's the life lesson?
The life
Please.
lesson is be ready to save a woman in distress.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
All right.
With that.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
You thought I was going somewhere else, didn't you?
Honestly, had no idea.
There was
enough.
no chance I was ever gonna
Yeah.
guess what you were gonna say.
Ah, I see.
But he goes in, and the marshal is there, and he's like, stick him up, and they're like, pow, 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 pow. And they're fighting, and then Owen Wilson comes in, and they're all fighting, and then they knock the guy like off the roof,
The girl comes
Yeah.
and smashes his head with like a
That's
vase or
right.
something like
Yeah.
that.
and then she kisses him, and I was like, sir, you have a wife. What are you doing?
To be fair, he's a little drunk right now, so I don't know if he knows what's happening. Not justifying it, not saying it's right. I'm just saying I don't think he would have initiated.
Well, regardless, Owen was like, come on, man, we gotta get out of here. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna go with you. And he's like, we gotta go. So then they're at the gallows.
Yeah, they
next day.
get arrested by the marshal and his posse.
Yep.
Yeah, and so now they're gonna be hung.
The nooses are tied around the neck, and they're like, oh boy, this is it. And Jackie Chan is like, I don't like you. And the boy is like, why?
I heard you call me a Chinaman or whatever. And then he turns over and he sees, oh, the sheriff is like, now you're going to go to death, boys, and even your horses are going to take you. And then that's when Chong looks over and he's like, and he's like, and Roy's like, what are you doing, man? And he's like, just trust me, I'm trying to get him over. And then eventually he makes like the connection with the horse, and the horse starts like running with the other horses towards the stand that they're on, or the gallows or whatever.
Yeah.
We're also seeing a person unknown at the moment setting up on like some steps, like getting a gun, setting a scope, and all that kind of stuff. And we're all like, oh, okay, it's the wife. Horse comes at the gallows. Jackie Chan flips himself up onto his rope, so he's hanging up.
Classic Jackie
His legs
Chan.
are like on the top wooden bar.
Yeah. His wife shoots Roy's rope, so he falls. He's like already falling from the sort of platform had given way underneath. So she shoots the rope. He falls. The horse just destroys the platform, and he ends up in the casket that they were going to be in anyway, and it's just riding away with the horse.
Yeah. And Jackie
like,
Chan undoes his own noose.
Yeah.
He's hanging, and he jumped onto the horses, and they all ride away.
I'm a little surprised that they didn't go back for the wife,
But
like at some point, because like she saves them, and then they're just like, okay, yeah.
What?
Women deserve better, though.
Yes.
They should be seen.
I
Just want to make sure that we're all
Yeah.
wanna make
no,
sure
no,
that's
absolutely. And we should all get equally paid. That
so
too.
true. Women should be paid more. I'll say it.
You know what?
I'll say
Honestly, we've had it for too good for too long.
How did we get into this? What?
We find them by the river or the creek or whatever it is, and
Whatever you want.
Yeah, and Roy is like, man, dude, we just escaped death, dude. Enjoy the mountains, My Owen Wilson's getting worse and worse as we go on. And John Wan he's packing up. He's packing his horse up. He's getting ready to go. And he's like, dude, where are you going, man? He's like, I'm leaving. And he's like, well, you're in such a rush. And so Roy tries to get on his horse. He's like, I'm coming with. And John's like, no.
And so then Chong goes off by himself and eventually finds the prison camp where the Princess Pepe is. And then he walks into the camp and there's no guards to like stop him. And so he's just like walking through. And then he eventually finds Princess Pepe. And what happens is he finds like this other lady who knows who the princess is, and he's like, do you know where the princess is? She's like, you should go in there and talk to that lady. And so he's like, okay. And so then he goes talk to her, and then eventually finds out that it's the princess, and he's like, my lady. And so he kneels down, and she's like, stop, I don't want people knowing who I am. And so she like walks forward, and he like backs up like while still bowing, and eventually she just like goes far enough that he's out of the tent, and then everybody sees that, and they're like, oh, this is the princess. So they all bow down. And so now everybody knows who the princess is.
And Lo Fong is like, what's going on here? And so he starts walking around, and Chong Wong is like, princess, we must go. And she's like, I command you to leave. She's like, no, please, I must save you.
The reason she wants to stay, she's like, I can help more people here than I can back in the palace in China. And so you're like, all right, noble heart. I love that. That's great. That's great.
And
She
so
sees her people in need.
Yeah. He runs away and starts fighting Lo Fong. And there's also another guy there. He's not really doing anything. He's just watching. But then Owen Wilson knocked that other guy who was just watching down. And they're like, wow, they're friends again, I guess.
Roy came back, man.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I followed you.
It's not about the gold.
They do something to Lo Fong. I don't remember what. And they ride away. You're at a church.
Yeah.
In the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
And
That's where the ransom note told the Imperial Guards to take the money.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that, and I was like, "Why does everybody know to show up here?"
You missed a pivotal part of the plot.
Anything involving this ransom note, I
They'd all been through a lot, so they're like, I gotta just go to church. I gotta.
Fair enough. Hey.
What are you doing? Yeah, they all kind of converge, and it seems like, the deal is sort of going through. The sort of other Imperial Guards show up with the gold, and they leave it. They get the princess. I honestly thought he wasn't like gonna give the princess back, basically.
Yeah.
But he lets her like walk over to him.
I mean, if he had it though, they would have beat him up.
Well,
I mean, I guess, but I don't know.
Lo Fong stays.
Yeah.
Why? why didn't he just leave with the money? Because that's all he's there for.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is the deal goes through, and then there's some monks that are like hanging out there, and then whoa, Jackie Chan and Roy. Jackie Chan's there to stop actually the guards, and he's like, the princess does not want to go back, and they're like treason, and he's like torn, right? He's got his heritage, his culture, everything he's lived for, and then he's got this kind of like, you know. Do we do what we're told? Do we live by the community that we're based in, or do we follow our own desires or passions and stuff? And it's kind of this like duality of man.
Yeah.
So he's talking with the other Imperial guards, saying that she can't leave, and like they say, it's your duty, and they pull out this like scroll that I think that seems to have some kind of like, this is sort of their code of honor or that they follow, and Jackie Chan bows, and Lo Fong says, "See, like you'll always be a slave. You'll never be free." Basically,
that's Owen Wilson's character.
Yeah, and then
who this whole time had been trying to get Jackie Chan to loosen up.
Right, and so Jackie Chan is bowing, and he lifts his head up, and then he says the line. Oh yeah, sorry.
May rise in the east, but it sets here.
It sets here, and then
you're like, what does this mean?
I know. So I mean, glad he gave you your big character revelation, I guess. But
he felt it in his soul. That's all I needed. Yeah.
He like stands up and faces of just basically just forgoes the scroll and ends up getting like burned.
The princess burns it because she doesn't want to go back. So I think on that scroll are like the instructions to bring the princess back. She's like, I don't want to go back, so she burns the scroll.
Yeah. And Roy shows up as well, like he's in there, and then the marshal shows up.
Yeah.
And gets sort of into the mix, and that's after that is when they head up to like the bell tower.
Everybody starts fighting, and the princess is like put in peril because Lo Fong takes her away, and so then like the Imperial Guards start to work with Jackie Chan, and then we kind of have like another standoff moment between Roy and the marshal, and he's like, "Oh dang it, I only have one bullet left," and the marshal's like, "Well, I'll tell you what. You come out, we'll do a little duel, and I'll only put one bullet in." And he says this as he's like loading up all 6 bullets or whatever. And he's like, "Really? You doing that for me?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And like, why would you believe him?
Well, and he takes other bullets or casings at the very least out of his pocket and drops them on the ground.
Makes it sound like he empties all of it. Yeah.
And the marshal knows Owen Wilson's a terrible shot because the whole time Owen Wilson is missing terribly. So he's like, I'm not gonna die. Right? You're cutting back at Lo Fong, Jackie Chan, the princess. They're all fighting in the bell tower. She at one point tried to run up the bell tower and hurts her leg. Jackie Chan helped her up, and then they're just like, they're in the bell. They ring it at one point, and they're like, no, Looney Tunes.
That's right.
Which
that's right.
I know that would be painful, but I've kind of always wanted to experience that.
Oh,
you know?
Just go visit the Liberty Bell at some point.
I mean, it's not operational.
So eventually, Owen finally has his standoff, and he shoots the marshal. Finally, the one shot he actually lands. He finally kills the guy, and the marshal's like, "Dang it! How did that happen?" And then he falls dead.
Yep. And Owen Wilson looks up, and his sleeves have so many bullet holes in them.
Yeah.
But he himself has not hit, and he's like, "It's a miracle! I'm invincible!" Jackie Chan eventually he does like a cowboy move. Ironically, I think it's the one cowboy thing, like Last Wing, that they don't show in that montage of him learning how to be a cowboy. Lo Fong on the news, and it's connected to the bell, and then he swaps it until the bell drops down. Lo Fong goes up. Lo Fong, he dies. He's cooked.
Except then, who shows up but his gang, Roy's gang.
3 whole people.
3 whole people that we didn't really need a conclusion to, but whatever, here they are.
They're like, boy, old bandit, come on out.
They start shooting.
You two-timing backstabber. I'm like,
You
just met him. What's going on here?
What's incredible is they start shooting the church door just randomly, just hoping that they land a shot. And Roy, at this point, he's like, I'm invincible. So he just like starts walking towards the door that's exploding.
Like, keeps pulling him back.
They're like, okay, we're going to go out together. We're going to take him on. So then they go out.
They go out there, and the guys, the hands are all up, and they're like, wow, we don't even got to do nothing. They look up, and it's all of these Native Americans, like, everywhere. And everyone's like, whoa, what's happening? And they're actually like, that's my family. Woo!
Yeah.
That's you. Yeah, sure. It's your
Which
family.
makes the next scene.
Oh,
I know, right?
So
This is
upsetting.
the worst ending to a film I've ever seen. I
like,
was
what are you
so
talking
upset.
So the
Ridiculous.
movie should have ended right then.
Yeah.
Or like you could have had the next scene, but just done it differently, done
Oh,
it
yeah.
correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
having a grand old time, and it is Princess Pepe and Jackie Chan, and then Owen Wilson and the wife.
And in Jackie Chan's wife,
Yeah.
don't
Yes,
forget.
yes.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson is doing his thing where he's like, well, you know, I just really think that we'd make such a great couple or whatever. And then the wife, and she goes, Roy, you talk too much. He's like, what? You speak English? Wow. And then they like start making out.
Well,
Right
she
in front of
kisses-
them.
She kisses him first,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then says the line.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the?
What is happening?
going on?
And then
and
Pepe,
Your husband's right there.
Well, no, he's happy about it. He's like, oh, look at that. They're making out. So eventually, like,
and then
he
Princess
ends up with a
Pepe
princess.
grabs his hand. So
What-
you're like,
Oh,
okay,
man.
like they're
Yeah.
What would have been a better ending is that you swap that, right?
Yeah.
Because during like the whole brothel
Yeah.
tub scene, Roy's like, so tell me about the princess. Like, what is she
that's what I
single?
thought was
And
gonna
I was
happen.
like, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's great. Because like now the whole thing of like not sticking to tradition and whatnot that
Right.
breaks when the princess falls in love with this guy who's unworthy of her, right? Or whatever.
Right.
But no, they do this like weird like wife swap thing, and you're like, why?
It's terrible.
It's
and
awful.
I do not understand.
Had to make it weird.
Yeah.
And because there's that moment at the like railroad camp after Roy shows up when Jackie Chan's character had interacted with the princess, and he's like, I'll get the gold, you get the princess, happily ever after kind of thing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, they're gonna do that, aren't they? Dang it! Because
Unfortunately.
I was so convinced that they were gonna do the other route
Yes.
after the scene in the baths.
Then they end it kind of sweet because then it's him, it's Roy, and it's Chong, and they're
Shanghai kid.
the Shanghai kid, and they're like sitting on their saddles, and they're like watching over the train tracks. But now they're not bandits; they are lawmen.
Yep.
And so they're like, all right, you know, I never thought I would end up here, but here we are. You know, it's funny because my name's actually Wyatt Earp, and you're like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Didn't
And Jackie
see that
Chan's
coming.
like, that's a terrible cowboy name.
Caleb, you got any takeaways?
Nope. Oh wait, sorry. No, I did. I had it written earlier. Hold on. I just remembered. I was like, oh yes. The moral of the story: don't be racist, or you may lose the only friend you've ever had.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Sorry, I saw the. It should have been called Gold Rush Hour, and I was like, I already said that. That's right. I had the other.
okay. You can repeat yourself. That's
I
fine.
had the other one about it.
I think my takeaway is you gotta live in the gray, you know, because Chong Wang, he was all like honor, and he was too strict. It was too much, you know. He's kind of fundamentalist. And then you got on the other end, Owen Wilson was just like all over the place. It was way too much. He needed to learn some honor. So it's about balance, you know, yin and yang. You can't.
Whoa.
Yep.
Look at that.
That's right.
You're really good. You're gonna bring that that ideology into this. That's pretty
Wow.
good. That's pretty
Wow. Look,
good. No,
it's Shanghai noon, baby.
Shanghai Noon.
and then I guess I would say what my takeaway is: respect the bro code. All right, don't go after your best man's wife. How about that?
But he was down with it. That's what makes me
I
so
know,
mad.
I
Yeah.
know, I
I mean-
know,
But as a
I know.
rule, yeah.
But as a rule of thumb, you respect the bro code.
Okay.
Okay, you know.
Yeah. I actually thought of this earlier. It was funny that you brought up Marvel fights because I thought at the beginning of this film, wow, it's amazing that shooting on film can give even a film like Shanghai Noon more sauce than a Marvel movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's 5 for you guys. So
That's- yeah.
hopefully that's enough.
Look at that.
Above average.
If any of those get cut, I'm suing.
You heard it here first,
They
folks.
better all be in.
We're never bringing Caleb back.
No.
If you guys have any recommendations for us, any videos like today was, please email us at wackandtrash@gmail.com, or you can just email to say, yo dog. Sign us off. Caleb, why don't you hit us with your best Gallup impression?
Ooh, my best Gallup impression?
Yeah.
All right. You ready for this?
Oh, yeah. Yes, good. That was very good. See.